Who is the Dajjal? In Hadith sources, the Dajjal is mentioned as a figure who will emerge before the reappearance of Imam Mahdi at the end of times, with his main mission being to turn people away from truth and justice. Have you ever heard these accounts about him? Both Shia and Sunni sources state that the Dajjal will appear before Imam Mahdi's reappearance, though narrations about his death differ. In Islam, Christianity, and Judaism, there are various references regarding his coming. In Christianity, he is known as the Antichrist, the one who stands against the Messiah. Some narrations even indicate that he will claim divinity, asserting that he rules the world and will demand worship and obedience for himself. God will grant him certain powers as a test for humanity, such as making rain fall or withholding it, controlling sustenance, and performing acts that appear to be miracles. However, all of these are merely trials to test the faith of believers. Where will the Dajjal appear from? According to Sunni sources, several locations are mentioned, but the most commonly cited is Isfahan in Iran, where he will emerge with the support of a large Jewish community and expand his movement. His army will typically consist of nationalist Jews, enemies of true Islam, and some of the most ruthless people on earth. Unlike Sufyani, whose mission is confined to the Muslim world, the Dajjal's mission will target not only Muslims, but the entire world. With extraordinary powers and modern technologies at his disposal, the Dajjal will carry out his mission effectively. From east to west, he will gather his army and attempt to dominate the whole world. Description of the Dajjal. In some hadith sources, the Dajjal is described as a young man, reddish in complexion, short in stature, with thick curly hair, a broad forehead, and a wide chest. His most striking feature is his eyes. His right eye is deformed, resembling a floating grape, while his left eye is partially covered with thick flesh. Some narrations also describe him as limping or hunched. However, the claim that the word kafir, disbeliever, will be written between his eyes is rejected by many Islamic scholars, who regard it as superstition. According to them, such ideas stem from weak narrations promoted by those who want to distract believers from recognizing the true Dajjal. The goal is that when the real Dajjal emerges, without these specific signs, people will not recognize him, and anyone claiming he is the Dajjal will be dismissed. The Dajjal's activity and death. The Prophet Muhammad once said in a sermon, "O people, there is no greater trial on earth than the trial of the Dajjal. Allah has not sent a prophet who did not warn his people about this fitna." In another hadith, the Prophet said, "From the creation of Adam until the day of judgment, no event will be more catastrophic than the emergence of the Dajjal." In a sermon, Imam Ali was asked, "Who is the Dajjal?" He replied, "The Dajjal's name is Sa'id ibn Sa'id. Wretched is the one who accepts and follows him. Blessed is the one who rejects him." He added that the Dajjal will appear from a place called Isfahan, known as the land of the Jews. His right eye will be fused, without a pupil. His other eye will be on his forehead, shining like the morning star, with a reddish tint as though stained with blood. Between his eyes it will be written, "Disbeliever," and everyone, whether literate or illiterate, will be able to read it. He will bring famine upon the earth, and his mount will be like a great donkey that covers vast distances quickly. Wherever he passes, water springs will dry up until the day of judgment. He will call out in a loud voice, "Come to me, O my followers and allies." Eventually he will be killed by a man praying behind Jesus, peace be upon him, after his descent. Thus, the Dajjal is not imaginary but a real human being. He will possess knowledge of sorcery and will be the great commander of trial and deception at the end of times. With wealth and power, He will lead propaganda against Imam Mahdi, peace be upon him, and ultimately he will be destroyed by the Imam himself. Is the Dajjal truly a person? There are different scholarly perspectives on whether the Dajjal is an actual person or an ideology. Some argue he is a real individual who will be born and then die, while others view the Dajjal more as an ideology than a person. Certain scholars approach the Dajjal not as a concrete figure, but as a social phenomenon, representing deception, trickery, and manipulation. According to this interpretation, the Dajjal symbolizes cunning and deceitful leaders who mislead masses, obstruct reform movements, and use every possible tactic to manipulate people. Still, many affirm that the Dajjal will indeed be a real person who appears in the end times, while others maintain that the idea of the Dajjal reflects the collective image of deceivers throughout history.